Okay. So, the Black Conservative Preacher here, down here in Portland, Oregon, live right now, here at the Justice Center. So, in case you guys don't know, for the past, I don't know, probably a few weeks, this park over here has been, I'll say, occupied. There's been protesters. They've had shop set up, tents, food, barbecue grills, water, medical supplies for the protesters at night. Well, this morning, around 5 o'clock this morning, the police moved in to clear the park out. Um, they moved in to clear the park out. Appreciate that, James. And seafood, yes. They moved in to clear the park out this morning here. And so what's been happening, like I said, is for the past several weeks, people have been down here. And the police came in this morning and cleared it out. I came down here yesterday. If you go to the Black Conservative Preacher, you'll see my live footage from yesterday down here. I did a walkthrough into this park, and it was completely different. So that's what's taking place today. Also, with that said, the rumor is that Governor Kate Brown came to an agreement with the federal agents who've been here in Portland for the past, I'll say, 2.5 weeks. Came to an agreement with them, and they are going to be leaving, and the Oregon State Police are going to be stepping up along with Multnomah County Sheriff and the police department. And I guess they're going to be handling, the protest at night going forward. I also heard, and it's not confirmed, that this fence across the street will be coming down. I don't know how true that is or not, but that is definitely something that's being said. So we're just going to take a little bit of a walk around and see what's going on. I'll try to get some interviews with some people. I'd like to interview a cop. Excuse me, sir. When are you guys going to open back up? Do you know? You don't know? Okay, so it's temporary for right now. Hey, what? It used to be all green, you said? So this officer is saying that all this area used to be green, and you can see it's dirt now. Just if it was raining, it'd be mud. So this is where everybody had stuff set up at?
They did at some point, but with the constant foot traffic, not supposed to really walk on the grass.
Right.
This is run by the Parks and Rec Association.
Okay. A Portland?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're going to come back out here and reseed it and hopefully allow it to go back up to be a green space again.
Okay.
But it's going to take a while.
So it might be closed as long as that takes, perhaps.
It could, yeah. So
okay.
I don't know if you remember Occupy.
Yeah, around 2010, 12-ish area.
So
yeah.
When that happened, it took about 5 months for everything to grow back green again.
Okay.
And they did the same thing. They closed it down and allowed the seed to take root again.
Okay. Now, do you know if you guys are going to be patrolling the whole time, or, how things end up at night?
I think it's going to be dependent upon
what's the logistics and everything that's in play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I doubt we're going to defend this park very
right.
aggressively.
Yeah.
What's the use
right.
At the end of the day. But we're just trying to save a little bit. But at the same time, there's 23 murders in the city in just 1 month.
Right.
I mean, there's other things that's going on.
And that's due to some of the dismantling of different, agencies or departments.
I'm not going to say that's directly responsible, but 60 days ago we had a GVRT, everything was normal.
Right.
60 days later we got 30 murders.
Right.
So I think you can draw your own conclusions.
Yeah, and I heard that today by Chief Lavelle. He was speaking about that, and which is unfortunate.
It'd be nice if some of these, like that CNN right there, instead of them calling this a BLM protest, maybe someone could
address it the right way.
Address some of the issues that a BLM protest isn't one.
Isn't this
They
person?
don't even know when the BLM was started, when it was 7 years ago, and they haven't done anything in the intervening time.
Correct.
Not one thing.
Correct.
Didn't show up to one city council meeting. Didn't show up to one single deal that issue with Black Lives.
Right. So you're saying that BLM hasn't shown up to any city council meeting, and
Well, some of these
some of the
members,
people, or at least the new people
I
of,
would say that 99% had no idea
Right.
what BLM was until May
like,
25th.
exactly. Right. And this, from what I've seen of it, my personal opinion, it don't look like a BLM movement. At least at
That's what
night.
I would say.
Right.
I would definitely say that too.
Okay.
Most of them ain't from here. Ain't
Right.
from around here. They don't have no connection to Portland whatsoever. And if you have no connection to Portland, you definitely don't have connection to the Black community.
Right. And I'm judging by appearance, but I assume that you're at least mixed, black and white, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
My dad moved out here in 1968 from Ghana.
From where at?
Ghana.
Okay. Wow, Ghana. Wow. Okay. So there's some roots there.
Yeah, so I'm happy man.
Okay. Yeah. See, and I've been here all my life, and I've seen the changes as
I was
well.
born and raised here.
I was too. I was too. I was from Northeast 7th Avenue on out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see me? Used to live on 15th in Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have some roots as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Always went to Northeast schools.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well,
You can read the patch, sir.
I don't want to get that close. Can you tell me?
I can tell you.
State police. Oregon State.
he says he's state police, which is far from.
Private security.
No,
Federal.
no.
City.
The Portland, yeah.
Portland City.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That.
I'm a citizen of Portland myself. To identify.
You don't have Oregon plates.
I'm sorry.
You don't have Oregon
He
plates.
said he don't have Oregon plates.
DMV.
you're
DMV
not a
shut
citizen
down. They
of
won't let me do it. I'm in the midst of getting those things.
So that's typical of what we do.
Right.
Someone who just moved to the area, or just came down here for the area,
Thank my truck, son.
it's just so they can create a spectacle of themselves instead of supporting a movement that might have some good opportunities to do some good, right?
Right.
I mean, there's potential there,
Potential. Went about it the right way.
but this doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Right. Now, do you mind if I ask you a personal question as a black man to a black man?
With everything going on, these license plates are all you're worried about, too? Really?
Can I park here just in the courthouse real quick?
What?
Can I park here still?
No, I don't think you can park here.
I was just saying, because we're going to the
This was
courthouse.
police parking before.
Alright. I'll just go to the other side then.
I'm going to this.
Alright, thank you.
Are you finished talking? Am I interrupting?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, you said, this truck has license plate. And I said, I'm a Portland citizen, so what's the point? What's the point of that conversation?
There is no point.
Okay, I was trying to fight to bring that up, man. That was really silly.
If you think so, that's fine. All right.
I don't know what the problem there is.
You know you can't park there either.
Officer told him he can't park there. He's saying, "Oh well."
Okay.
I can pick it, I don't care.
Write me a ticket.
I don't care. That's a piece of pottery, brother.
I'm not your brother.
If I can take tickets, I'll pay for them all. I don't care.
All right. But he's typical of what's going to come out tonight.
This is pre-party.
This is pretty fun.
Right.
They get worked up
Yeah.
all day long into a lather.
Right.
And then they show up and this is what they do. You know, and he's saying he's a citizen of Portland.
With Washington plates.
He's got Washington plates. I'm betting he's got Washington license. I'm betting everything is associated to across the river. somewhere.
Right. Right. So what I wanted to ask you on a personal level, black man to black man, do you feel oppressed? No. Okay. And I had to ask that because of the narrative. That's obviously taken.
Obviously, it's more complex than that.
It is.
doesn't make sense. They're trying to make, just like national news, make it seem like all of Portland is on fire every night. No, it's the Free Spirit blocks. But we're not a big city. We don't have unlimited resources.
Right.
So we can only do so much at a time. So the rest of Portland is suffering at this time.
Of course.
400%. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's typically about 22 shootings in this month, which is a heavy month.
Right, because it's starting to heat up.
It's starting
Summer.
to heat up.
Right.
We've had 79.
79 shootings in a.
in
Wow.
one. And we normally have 3 to 5 murders in this month.
Right.
It's 20. Yeah.
About 20.
So over 20. So I don't want to say one thing is definitely the other.
Right.
I'm not a statistician.
Can't blame it. Right, but
it does seem like it had direct correspondence. Like
Mhm.
me personally, GVRT solved 2 of my shootings that I would have had no way of solving.
right.
whatsoever. Thank you, man.
Right on, you guys. Yeah, I completely agree. So it's like you said, it'd be nice if people really reported real news.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
The rest of the city really is burning down in a sea of blood, and no one seems to be paying attention.
Right.
They're only concerned about somehow their rights are being infringed on. When they burn down a section of the city that they don't live in, but they go back to the suburbs and they don't want to do anything to that section. Because who wants to, excuse my French, shit where they eat?
Right.
There's something to do that. And we can't, as black people, we can't go and handle our business. We can't come over here. There's so many things that we're not able to have access to. It was already difficult, and now this group of people has made it more difficult.
Right. And like you said, you only have so many resources too.
I'm surprised he didn't jump in front of you and stop.
I know I am too. I was getting ready to ask him why he was angry at you. I was going to ask him that, but
He wanted to, and I think he checked himself. But that was what normally what they do. They get in front of you
and stop me.
and stop you
Yes.
from doing anything.
Yeah, I know. They know me. I was coming down here,
Okay.
so I was coming down here. I had to dress up and play. You know, at least look disguised because
Sure.
they don't like me. Put it that way.
Got it. Well,
Because I'm more on.
well, I've had those, I put a story up a while ago. Through the years, I've been a cop for a long time.
Okay,
26
I appreciate your
years.
service.
Thank you.
Yes.
And in that time, I've been called Uncle Tom a few times, but it's always by our people.
Yes.
Right? And when the time permits, I'll have a conversation with that particular person. And a lot of times I end up with a new friend. They're like, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. I was out of line. You're not Uncle Tom, and all that. So that's just a conversation I would have. I've been doing that for many, many years.
Right.
But the very first time I've ever been called Uncle Tom by a white person happened just a couple weeks ago. And it seems like they picked up on it. They call black folks Uncle Toms.
Yep.
And that just, it blew my mind. Like, that is the new thing.
It is.
And at the same time, they'll claim that they have Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Yeah. I've been told that. Stop recording all this type of stuff, and you should be ashamed of yourself for being black. Like, wow. And that don't sound racist? I'm just,
No, you're absolutely right.
So
It's the same sort of conversation I have with everybody in my neighborhood. I still live in Portland.
okay.
Same sort of conversation I have with everybody in my neighborhood. I still live in an area where all my neighbors are pretty much black.
Right.
And they've known me since I first started this job. And they just can't believe what's happening.
Right.
How the messaging got completely co-opted
Yep.
by a group of agitators, I guess you could call them.
Yeah.
Definitely, they might be coming down here under the guise of BLM, but they're really here just to mess stuff up.
Right.
They're just doing hooligan stuff.
Right.
Like, none of this has anything to do
It don't.
with really BLM.
It don't.
And it doesn't accomplish that.
Nope.
Like,
No.
every once in a while when I have a conversation with them, I always ask them, do you think that Dr. Martin Luther King had a plan to go write his name on, the courthouses down in Alabama? Like, do you think that's what he did? No.
Right.
They had to make serious decisions about every time they went out on a march or a protest, someone may not be coming back. Now that was scary, because that was regular people standing up to get my rights at a time that it was looked at as not so good.
Mm-hmm. And their presentation, their appearance was proper too.
Sure.
They were suited and booted.
Yes. They weren't trying to hide
The identity or anything like that. They were clean cut, sharp looking, suits on.
Absolutely right.
Big difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. It's like having Pastor Haynes show up, and I'm sure that he can't understand what's going on.
Right.
This is so different than what we've ever had before.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, somehow they're hiding under this Black Lives Matter, but they're really not. It's the same people that would have called the police on you and me if we went to the building
Exactly.
and tried to get in, and then we look like we don't fit in.
Right. Right. Yep. And not only that, but I've seen and I do notice that a lot of people don't understand even police procedures on certain things. Whether unfortunate events that happens, someone was killed without even knowing like a whole picture or scenario or steps, or even put in their place in your guys' positions at times. Because who knows, like the call you just came from, and now you're dealing with another call, and situations are different, emotions are different, adrenaline may be different. There's all sorts of situations, but people just say, oh, you guys should have been trained better, and that shouldn't have happened. Without, it's unfortunate because, it's just easy to jump the gun without thinking and having the proper information.
I truly think that some of these protesters, kind of like, remember in 2008 when Obama was elected?
Yes.
Do you remember some of the, if you had any white friends talking about, oh, this is the end of racism? And I'm thinking, no, it ain't.
Right.
But it absolutely isn't. Like, this is going to be a long process. Well, it's the same thing that these same folks think about, oh, if we defund the police, somehow racism goes away.
Right.
No, that's not how it works. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
You don't get rid of something. It's kind of like they feel like they're taking out the trash, and now they're never going to have to take out the trash ever again in their entire life.
Yep.
No, it's a constant process. It's conversations that they have to have at home amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Black people have been having this conversation for decades.
Yep.
Centuries.
Yeah.
But they haven't had any conversation at all.
No.
This isn't a conversation.
No, it's not. So, well, I appreciate you guys. So, I thank you for what you're doing. You guys be safe.
You keep doing what you're doing too.
I will. So, appreciate you.
Common sense conservative. I know who you are. I appreciate that video that you did with Brianna.
Yep.
She's an amazing young lady, and she's getting some help.
Good.
So she's doing what she needs to do. And
Is that the one that
yeah, that's the one. Remember, I showed you guys' video at our road call.
Okay.
And because Brianna's actions were just
They were huge. That was huge.
They were huge.
Yeah. And then she had another interaction down here with another lady.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That one too. Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
But you recording this?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So.
But
Yeah.
right quick. 2 days ago, you had a 19-year-old kid that was killed. Okay.
Here.
In Portland.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is something brewing in the city of Portland.
Okay.
There's a gang war, right?
Okay.
And there's shootings that are up, like he said.
Right.
And because they did away with the gang or the gun violence reduction task force,
Yep.
that forces patrol officers who were responding to other calls. We now have to go there, lock everything down, investigate it, okay? And we can't respond to the calls of somebody breaking in a house, somebody breaking into a car,
Right.
because we're dealing with that serious situation.
Of course.
So
And I experienced that myself probably about over a month ago. There was some gunshots by my place. Called the police, I kid you not, about 25 minutes, and they had to come in a caravan. Because obviously coming in by yourself, you don't know the situation, resources. And I couldn't believe it, but I put the two and two together. I was like, it's because of what's happening across the city. That's where their focus is at. And so.
You got to go. So, just to add on to that, just last week or the week before, we took a gun off a guy outside Lloyd Center who was pointing at random people all through the Lloyd Center and outside. When we took him into custody, he was police say he retrieved the gun. There were still people running up saying, like,
What are you guys doing
what are you
wrong?
doing? Let him go. Agitating the situation that they had no idea what was going on. Even after we showed them, hey, this is what was found, you probably could use it to rob you.
Right.
Why does it take so many officers to arrest one man with a gun? And you can't argue with that. There's no sort of response that's going to allay their fears that their rights are being taken away somehow.
Lack of respect for authority, all that. It's gone away.
And that's all they want to do. They only want to prove a narrative, and anything outside of that, well, it's like disproving gravity.
Right.
I have no proof, but it works every day.
Yeah.
But nobody's saying a damn word about that 19-year-old.
Nope.
I saw this much in the news about this kid. They didn't even say
we can't do it by ourselves.
Well, you might be the only one because we're being sued by the ACLU.
I know.
To stop live streaming.
So you guys can't even document from your side no more?
I think now there's no stay on us doing it, but if leadership gets a hold of it, they might just stop doing it just to prevent.
There was an article in the
battle.
Oregonian just a couple of days ago. ACLU is suing because the police bureau is live streaming the protests, and it's based on some state law or something like that, where police can't collect information on citizens, something to that effect, when there's no crime going on. But
you guys have a lot of courage, a lot of, I guess, stamina, so to speak. I'm surprised you guys haven't. See ya. Because you guys' hands are tied in a lot of situations, and
people have no idea, how involved we are in the community. We help people.
Right.
We literally help people, and nobody will ever hear about the officer that arrests a guy. Guy tells him, "I haven't eaten anything in 2 or 3 days." Officer drives with him through the drive-through, buys him a burger and something to drink, pulls over to the side, doesn't unhandcuff him, but holds the burger
so he can eat.
So he can eat,
Or the story about Rihanna.
So, have you spoken to Rihanna?
She messaged me, I believe last night or the night before, about her organization she's trying to get going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not on the phone, not over a week. I haven't spoke to her directly on the phone.
Yeah, we did. We ended up doing some more stuff for her, and it was members of the community and some police officers that got together to help her out.
Good.
But nobody,
that's not going to be talked about.
No one's going to mention something like that, and I'm really hoping she succeeds in that nonprofit that she's looking to stand up.
Right.
Thank you for your service. Just want to tell you we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
And you know what? She just thanked us for our service.
Yep.
The majority of the people out there support us. This
Yes.
right here, this is the few that are loud voters, There's a lot of, I don't know how many people stop us to thank us. So there's a lot of support out there. And I'm saying this because I know that our command staff can't say this.
Right.
So we're probably going to end up getting talked to, for talking to you, about this stuff. But it's reality.
It is.
It's reality.
And you said you don't care. Hey, amen.
I don't like this. I don't like. Look around. This is Detroit, Chicago.
Right.
This ain't the city.
This ain't the city. This ain't
This hasn't
beautiful.
been the city I grew up in 20-some years.
Yeah, this
You
ain't
know,
Portland, Oregon. It's not.
there's so many more people. It's just the numbers that,
Well, there's a lot of people are supporting you guys, so I just want you.
Appreciate
So
I appreciate what you do, and I've been watching, man, all your videos.
Okay,
Good
appreciate.
job.
And I on Facebook, the Black Conservative Preacher, on
Yeah, I
Facebook.
don't-
So if
I
you
don't
do, but
Facebook.
You
Yep.
got a good fan right here.
Yeah. I don't
all
do
right,
Facebook,
you guys
but,
stay safe. God bless you guys,
yeah,
man.
You too, man.
All right.
Keep on doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
So there you have that. I was not expecting that conversation. So that was a blessing to have. I don't know how much you guys could hear him, the first officer I was speaking to. As I was speaking to him, a black man rode by on a bike, looked directly at him and said, "F you, FAGGOT." That's what he said to him as he rode by on his bike. Later on, the other officer came up, and he obviously has recognized us, has been watching our footage on YouTube here, thanked us for what we're doing, reporting actually real news such as this. And he actually brought up Rayana, which is a lady that we recorded several weeks ago at one of the protests that turned into a riot. I'm going to talk to this lady across the street. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you mind if I get you on an interview? I was just talking to the cops. You mind?
Yes,
So I heard you saying that you support them.
absolutely.
Okay. How come?
Because they're most of them. I mean, everybody has like a bad apple, right? But I would say the majority of our police officers, they really care about the community and their people, and they really care about protecting us. And I grew up in a low-income neighborhood,
Hmm.
and we loved our police officers. They were always there encouraging us.
Right.
And many of my many of my friends, they ended up going into the police force too. So
So are you like, do you have any culture in you or anything? Or you just,
I'm sorry.
are you have any culture in you? Are you mixed with anything? Or
No.
no, you're not? Okay. So have you had any friends who are, black or mixed or
Oh,
Spanish or?
actually, I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
Originally.
Okay.
So we have.
Trying to get my rag off to wipe my
No,
face.
it's okay. We have a mix of Hispanics and Black people.
Okay.
And I never noticed any issues, to be honest with you. I think
Right.
we all just saw each other as people.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's how we should see each other as people.
Yes.
Has any of your friends, like I said, I don't know if you've had any, friends who are black or anything. I don't know if you have, but has any of your friends ever experienced the quote unquote racism from
Actually,
police?
No.
No.
No. Actually, there have been a few police officers that can sometimes be a little bit more like, not aggressive, but a little bit more like firm, I
Mhm.
guess. But no, none of them have experienced anything like that. But again, I'm from Texas.
Right.
And
A blue state.
actually, we're a red state.
Oh, it's turning red now, is it?
No, it's always been red. It's always been conservative. But,
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said blue. Yes.
no,
Red,
it's a
yes, a red state. It is.
right
You're right.
now. This is my
Elephants.
first year in Oregon.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know why I said blue.
No, it's okay.
Maybe it's because I'm wearing red right now. I don't know.
No, but it's been good.
Yeah.
They're good
Okay,
over there.
good.
And like I said, there's always going to be a bad apple somewhere, and we always hope to find those people
Yep.
and get them out because they don't need to be in the force. But like I said, the majority of our police officers, I really think they have a good heart, good intentions.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
So, do you ever come? Is this your first time coming down and supporting them and saying hello?
Yes, I didn't know what to do for them. I kept seeing pictures of how dirty it was, and I wanted to see for myself.
Right. What do you think?
It's very sad to see all the graffiti.
Right.
I love America, and I love what our country stands for. So to see
All
buildings,
this?
it's very sad. for
Yeah.
me. Yes.
So, this is your first? Have you lived in Portland all your life?
No, it's just a year.
Just a year.
Yes.
And you've been down here to Portland before, obviously.
I have.
Okay, so this is your first time actually seeing this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was here, I believe, Occupy in like 09 or 2010. I was telling an officer that. And these parks, usually the grass is green,
Yes.
but because of the foot traffic that's been taking place, obviously it's kind of messed up right now.
Yeah,
So-
so it's sad to see it, but hopefully, I don't know, things get better soon.
Yeah. One last question.
Sure.
Who you voting for in November?
I'm conservative.
All righty.
I'm still conservative, so.
Just be
yes.
careful of announcing that around here,
Oh, I
especially.
know.
So.
I know, but like I
So you're
said,
one of those silent majority people, a little bit, kind of.
I'm one of those people who will say I'm independent. But I don't disclose my party.
Okay.
Yes, I am the
Silent majority. Hey, and he's counting on you.
Yes,
So,
yes, and I have a lot of silent majorities that I signed up. There's a lot of people who have not signed up for voting, and I'm teaching a lot of people how to do research, proper research
Right.
on their own, and not trust mainstream media anymore. And I'm getting people to register to vote. So
okay.
yes.
Well, you have some fans on here, so Common Sense Conservative. Check it out, YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
So she walked up while I was talking to the officers, and she walked up then, and so I decided to go ask her. They got 3 blocks here, or 2 blocks, excuse me, two park blocks blocked off due to everything that's taking place and going on. Like the officer said, CNN's over there. I'll probably end up walking by them. Might try to get a few words in with CNN. Jesus matters. So I'll try to do that. So this is another park. This is where I will film CNN. So this is a park where the tents and everything has been set up at, in this park right there. You see the sign there, it says temporary closed. Right in front of that is the Justice Center. Over here is courthouse. Courthouse is over here. Oh, by the way, what time is it? Black Rebel, in case you guys don't know, I was telling the police officer about Black Rebel. One of our journalists that works for CSC Media, he was stabbed this past, was it Friday or Saturday night during the protest down here by one of the protesters, which was a white guy. Only reason why I threw that out there because Black Lives Matter, right? Yet it was a white guy who stabbed a black guy down here. So he's going to be on Tucker Carlson here, I believe at 5 o'clock today, 5:30. So you tune in, check that out. Again, I thank you guys for donations and stuff, because we are down here. For people who have donated, we are down here. Obviously, we need protective gear, and that's what the donations. That's what they go for. They go for on travel expenses, whether it's gas or getting to other cities to do this. So I thank you guys for the support and encouragement and things like that. So this is CNN up here. So that's what's going on with all that. He'll be on Tucker Carlson tonight. I want to try to talk to CNN about that, see what they say. Show Hood Conservatives. You guys can follow me, Black Conservative Preacher, on Facebook. I haven't got a YouTube set up, but we're all CSC Media. Hello. What do you guys think of this?
We've been out here, so.
You've been out here? How long?
I got here on Friday, but we had a different team that was out for last week.
So were you guys here when Black Rebel got stabbed?
No.
He got stabbed. It was either Friday night or Saturday night by
It was Friday night.
one of
I
the
didn't see it,
protesters.
so we were out. So
You were out?
probably.
Have you guys tried to get an interview with him or anything?
No.
You should. It was interesting because he was stabbed actually by a protester. It was a white guy, but it's like Black Lives Matter. So it's like it didn't make much sense, you know. And
Oh, that was the stabbing on 5th?
no, it was actually right here.
Was this last night?
No, it didn't. It was Friday or Saturday night. Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's going to be on Tucker this evening, so he's out of the hospital.
Okay. On
So.
Tucker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Why you say that? Yeah. So you guys stay out here at night too, or you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got pretty hairy.
What?
Pretty hairy.
Yeah, I got up this morning for work and I saw that the police were still dealing with stuff at 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, whoa, late night.
Well, I think they cleared out.
Yeah. I came down yesterday and walked through and did all that stuff and got a few interviews with some people. So,
Are you solo, like independent?
Common Sense Conservative,
Okay.
CSC Media, that's on YouTube. So
Yeah.
we have a team of us. We've covered a lot of stuff, you know, the protests from being up there on North Lombard to
Yeah.
down here to the very first night it started with the
Yeah.
riots here. So
What's your take on how it sort of like shifted once the focus became on the federal?
it was happening before the feds were here,
Yeah.
honestly. And that's why they were complaining, because the police, they were, you know, that whoever went to the council or whatever they had to do, tell the police stop shooting tear gas.
Yeah.
So the police stopped. Well, then they continue to advance on the police. Well, then, you know, the feds have to come in.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, they're blaming the feds, or the feds are instigating it. But from what I've seen in my own eyes, I'm like, they're not instigating it.
Yeah.
Especially the police. Police give
Oh, okay.
plenty of orders. All right.
Stay safe.
You too, guys. All right. So that was CNN. She asked for my opinion. That's why I gave it. Like I said, from what I have seen, and I'll tell anybody this, is that it's from what I've seen, it hasn't been the feds instigating or the Portland police instigating. That's from what I've seen. You guys staying safe, man?
Oh yeah, what about you?
Work the best I can,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
So. So it looks like they might be trying to clean up the courthouse or the Fed building, the graffiti, I don't know. Or they're removing fences. They might actually be removing fences. I know that was supposed to happen. Let me try to find out. Let me go over here and see what's going on. See, as a journalist, you have to be nosy a little bit.
He was like, he should play something again. I was like, really? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, how exactly?
That's some heavy duty fence. How you guys doing?
How you doing today?
Good, good. You guys taking the fence down?
No, we're
Oh, securing it.
Yeah.
Reinforcement.
Well, a couple of the areas they cut. They cut Monday. We weld on Monday. They cut on Tuesday.
Hey,
Showed up-
job security, right?
Yeah. That's all I do.
So they do got the state patrol out here right now. There's some state patrols right there. Got the state patrol. So these guys keep reinforcing the fence down here. Like I said, you can see that's some heavy-duty fence around the federal building here. They're not pulling that down, and then on top of that, they got the cement things here. It's starting to get a little bit teary-eyed because the gas is still lingering. That's some strong gas that they're using if it's still going to linger. They haven't shot it off since last night. We're going on 24 hours and it's still in the air. It's probably because it's stuck to a lot of this fence, the sidewalk, and things like that. There's paint there, so it's probably stuck to the paint. Have you guys been getting hit by the fumes a little bit off and on?
Every time we weld something, pound something, screw something, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's strong.
We don't have the things that everybody else. Yeah, the second we hit this or weld to it or anything,
It just goes off
yeah,
because it's stuck to it.
it's all over the thing.
Man,
You can kind of see the powder and all the grooves, and
yeah,
it just kind of sits. So we just get the face.
yeah. What time you guys have to be out of here? They give you guys a time limit?
No,
Obviously, you don't want to be here 9 o'clock at night.
We got about a half hour.
Okay.
For that.
That way, or they
We already
you
did most of it during the day. It's just, we waited for our welder to do some work.
Did you guys initially install the fence? Okay. How long did it take to put it
Couple
up?
times.
Couple. Right. I remember at first people were getting it
First
down.
3 days it was coming down, then it was coming down.
And you guys are probably out here all day trying to deal with it, huh? And put it.
Every day.
Yeah.
A little bit more, a little bit more. A little bit. Putting it up's not bad. I mean,
Well, that's some heavy duty fence.
entirely it was up in 5 hours.
Oh, really? Okay.
5 hours. Then another 50 hours.
Maintenance, right? Let me see if I can talk to more people. I'd like to talk to some of the protesters and stuff, see if they'll talk. Mind if I talk to y'all for a little bit? Is that all right? It's all good. How long you been down here, man?
June.
Since June?
Like June 12th.
Okay, so you from here?
Nah, I'm from New York, but I've been in Portland for like 3 months.
Okay. Was it more because of the protests and the BLM movement? Is that why you came up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
My people and shit.
Yeah? So how'd you was it a plane trip or train
I
or
live here.
what's up?
I lived there. I moved there.
Okay, you actually moved here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just been down here. Been down here, you know.
Okay.
June 12th.
Right. So how is it or how was it in New York compared to here?
Trump is a scam. He's an idiot. He's a
It actually
liar.
cooled down. It was rough. It
And the
was
police
just like this.
support Trump.
But it actually
Fuck
cooled down. You know,
Trump
the
and
police, they're more enforcement. They're more
There's no justice. There's
cool
no
over
peace.
there in New
No
York,
peace,
NYPD.
no justice.
Oh, really? Meaning what? Like they?
like they don't play around.
Oh, they don't. You're saying they don't play around. So basically, they ain't no joke, as Rakim said, right?
This protesters, it won't last in New York. They don't play no play.
So do you prefer that or do you prefer this?
Kind of both.
Kind of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. How come? Now, why would you prefer it the other way? If you came out to protest, why would you prefer it more like a New York style where they're not playing?
I mean, because half the time the protesters out here been doing a lot of buffoonery.
A lot of what?
Buffoonery.
Okay.
Most of the shit they do don't make sense, you know.
So you think the stuff at night here makes sense?
No, most of it. I said yeah. Some
Oh,
of it.
okay,
Most
some
of
of
it
it.
doesn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
most of it.
Yeah.
Like, could you give me an example?
Breaking people's shit that have nothing to do with police or you know.
So so you think the stuff more against the police
Yeah.
is what's whack and out of line?
Nah.
No?
It should be about the police brutality. But when they fuck up random people's shit, I don't like that.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
Right. Now, how much do you relate this to? Do you guys relate this to Trump? Because a lot of people do. So I'm just throwing it out there because I hear a lot of things. Oh, because of Trump.
Into the politics and all that, but it's a good question.
Because a lot of protesters, you'll hear, obviously have Trump and get Trump out of here, which is here or there. I'm not trying to talk about that, but I'm just saying, do you think it has to do with Trump, or is Trump separate from what's going on?
For now.
I mean, nah, because he sent the feds here, so he has a lot to do with it. So
At this point, you're saying he has a lot to do with it?
yeah,
What about before he set the feds?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. All good. So do you think, and I'm just being straight up, do you think that it's the police instigating things or starting things, or do you think it's sometimes the protesters? Just being honest, you know, not asking you to rat anybody out or anything like that, but do you think police do or feds do a first type of shot, or is it?
They start sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
They start with us. Yeah, they make us retaliate.
So you said they make you retaliate?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They do a lot of bullshit. You know, they shoot first most of the times. Just to get us out of the park, you know. 12 to 5, we're not supposed to be over here. So
Right.
yeah, they start sometimes.
Do they ever warn or do any warning, like hey, maybe leave or something like that?
Yeah. But nobody's doing nothing violent, you know, we're just protesting at that point.
So what do you think about how MLK protested? Just being a black man, and you know, I'm black myself, so
Yeah.
how do you think? Do you think it was good, it was effective, or not?
That was before my time, so.
Right.
So, yeah, that was way before my time. I wasn't thought about it, so I can't speak on that, you know.
But you know the history.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I can't really, you know.
You meaning like you weren't there, you don't know how it went?
Yeah, I can't get up to
Okay.
I wasn't there.
That's fair.
I can read the history, but you know, I want to be there to actually.
Right.
This is history. I'm here, so I know what's going on. A lot of police and feds, they doing a lot of fun shit.
Do you think that like the pictures of what we saw from the 60s and stuff look different than now? As far as the protests, like with King?
Yeah. Was a lot of violence and shit. Yeah.
You-
It's different. We're going about things differently.
Yeah. You think it accomplished anything?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So why would you think that it's not that way now?
I feel like back then, the racism was like everybody knew what it was. Like now it's in disguise. A lot of undercover racist people, you know. So it's like people that are supposed to be protecting us. I say at least half of them is racist.
Do you feel oppressed?
Say it again.
Do you feel oppressed as a black man? So you feel like you have racism towards you?
Certain times, most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like from New York? 'Cause I mean, that's where you came from, right? So a lot of racism towards you in New York?
No,
No?
not really.
Where at?
Southern states.
Okay,
There.
different. Okay. See, I haven't spent a lot of time in southern states.
Yeah.
I was
Carolinas, Georgia, very racist.
So I was down in New Orleans once, and I out on the streets, and I was called, you know, and we're, you know, it was
Confederate flags.
it was funny to me.
Carolinas is real. There, it's definitely real.
What do you know about the history of the Confederate flag? Do you know much about it, or just more just from what you've seen of
Yeah,
it?
I don't know too much about it.
So what? Could you know there are?
I'm not really into politics, you know.
You said what?
I'm not really into politics and all that, so I don't know.
It'd be something good to look into,
Yeah.
you know, on your own
It's
without.
history. I should.
Right. Because whether people like the flag or not, or what's happened in our past, history's history, you know.
Right.
Whether we agree with statues or, you know, a Nazi flag, or, you know, or the red, black, and green flag for black folks, history's history, you know. And I for myself, I'm thankful that we're still not there. You know what I mean? Because like myself, I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have children. Could I have had that in the 60s and 50s? It would have been a lot bigger struggle. So that's why when I look at things as a black man, like, I'm not oppressed. I'm free, you know.
That's what
So
I say.
that's what you say too?
Yeah. There's still a lot of racism, but I try to ignore it, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of times that stuff can make you stronger. If you encounter it or experience it, you know, it can make you stronger.
You can't be weak-minded, you know. Very strong-minded. Coming from where I'm from.
Right.
So,
What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, son. Uptown Bronx, right?
Bronx, Harlem, all that. Yeah, those my stomping grounds.
Okay. Have you been gassed or pepperballed or anything at night?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
I mean, I just walked over there and you can definitely smell it still lingering. And that's like 24 hours ago. I'm like, man.
Spice is still in the air. As soon as you go to the gate, it's like, yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to leave you with this. I've seen a lot of white people down here at night
Okay.
doing stuff. Do you think that helps the cause for Black Lives Matter?
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I meant by a lot of confusion goes on. You know?
So you're saying that this stuff, as far as a lot of white people down here doing stuff that they shouldn't do, is messing the purpose up or the movement?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a lot of that.
So what's being done about it? Nothing? Like is there not enough black people down here to
At all.
at all?
Yeah, that's the key word right there.
And you think if black people came in to do anything or say anything, you think there'd be a confrontation?
Nah, they'll listen.
Well, you
fighting for black people.
you think
So
they
if
would
there was
listen?
a big group of blacks that, you know, with a good, strong voice behind them, speaking up about that shouldn't be doing all this fuck shit, like breaking shit and all this. That's not protesting, that's rioting. Yeah, it'd be a change. I think so.
I know some people who came down here. Hello. Some people who came down here who have been black and they're either chased out or stabbed by white people. It happened Friday night.
I'm gonna tell the camera this. I'm waiting for that to happen to me. I'm waiting for somebody to put their hands on me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't seen it.
But could it be that they're possibly more accepting you because you're kind of a part of it?
I'm actually humble. I'm coming here by myself. I'm here alone, so
Okay.
I just think to myself, I know what I'm here for. So it's like, yeah.
Okay.
I try not to make it mind. I try not to mind other people's business. I try to say to myself, you know.
Right.
But it's weird sometimes seeing it happen.
Yeah.
What is this for your YouTube or something?
Yeah. I do a YouTube channel. Yep. Well, you guys stay safe, man, and because I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, you know, you are?
Yes.
All right. You know, what Jesus does say, hey, you love me, then obey me, right?
Yeah.
He does say that.
Yep.
So if you are a proclaiming Christian,
Yeah.
you got to walk accordingly, bro.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, if there's sin in your life dwelling or that's affecting you, he says, if you're weak and weary, come to me and I'll give you rest. So, you know, just I know people can struggle with sin, addictions, and habits. So, just something to think about, man.
Definitely.
Make sure to vote the right way in November too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Look and see who's against evil and wickedness and who,
Exactly.
you know, because there's a lot of things I think on the other platform our folks, meaning black people, don't realize. You know, Margaret Sanger, she was a Democrat who put in Planned Parenthoods in black communities, abortions. The Biden, the crime bill back in the 90s,
Yeah.
you know, 3 strikes you're out. That was by a Democrat, put that in there for black people.
Yep.
So just some things to think about
Yeah.
when you're voting.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna put that tomorrow. Yeah, sure.
all right,
All right, bro.
stay easy, man.
All right, you too.
All right. There you go. So I've did a whole circle around the block of the parks, and like I said, we've done seen what happened. I'm gonna get ready to sign off, folks. Channel 6 News is to my right. I got a picture of them earlier. They cleared this park out, so that guy that I was just speaking to, he was a part of the stuff. He's been in the park. They've been barbecuing, grilling. So there's that. August 7th. This is the square right here that is speaking of People's Forum on Racist Police Terror. I know what flag that is, even though they're disguising it with a FTP. I still know the flag.
What time is it?
5:30, the 7th. That's next week.
They're not.
another one up over here. And systematic racism, defund the police, universal health care, free education, environmental protections, strong workers, unions, no more wars. Another one. Again, I thank you guys for the donations. They definitely help. Stuff like this, you know, you don't know who you're going to run into. Like I said, Black Rebel. He'll be on Tucker Carlson, probably coming up here in a few minutes. He was stabbed down here over the weekend, and he's out of the hospital, so he's going to be on Tucker Carlson. He came down here just to document, to film, record, and there was a white gentleman who stabbed him. So check him out on Tucker Carlson this evening. They do have the state patrol out there. Excuse me. So get ready to get out of here. Got some things to do with the fam. Again, you guys can find me as well right now on Facebook, The Black Conservative Preacher. I'm all about Jesus Christ. I think he is our answer. You may disagree, you may agree. Either way, I don't care. If you agree, praise the Lord, amen. If you don't, your prerogative. As Bobby Brown says, you can do what you want to do. So, I think personally, Jesus is the only thing that's going to heal and fix this country and broken land. I don't even Donald Trump can't. Jesus does talk about division, separating the wheat and chaff. So that's that. That's my 2 cents. So you guys have a good night. Be safe. God bless.